Arts and artisans. Concept notes. Artist is an art practitioner such as sculptor, choreographer, dancer, musician, a poet who produces or creates indirectly functional arts with aesthetic value using imagination. Artisans is a craftsman such as carpenter, carver, plumber, and blacksmith, weaver, embroiderer, and etc. who produce directly functional and or decorative arts. An artisan is someone that work with their hands to create unique, functional, and or decorative items using traditional techniques. Artisans are master of their crafts and create products such as cloth, toys, tools, or furnishing. Famous personalities of art and their works. Leonardo da Vinci, born in April 15, 1452 in Vinci, Italy. Profile: painter, architect, sculptor, inventor, military engineer, and draftsman. Died on May 2, 1519 in Amboise, France. Quotes: "He who thinks little errs much." Brian S. Cunal. Leonardo da Vinci, Renaissance painter, scientist, inventor, and more. Da Vinci is one of most famous painters in the world for his iconic Mona Lisa and Last Supper. Number 2. Vincent van Gogh, born in March 30, 1853 in Zundert, Italy. Profile: painter. Died on July 29, 1890 in Amboise, France. Quotes: "I dream of painting and then I paint my dream." Brian S. Cunal. Vincent van Gogh is a Dutch post-impressionist painter. His famous painting includes sunflowers, the starry nights, and cafe terrace at night. Number 3. Michelangelo, born in April 6, 1475 in Michelangelo, Italy. Profile: painter, architect, and poet. Died on February 18, 1564 in Rome, Italy. Quotes: "Genius is eternal patience." Michelangelo is a Renaissance sculptor, painter, and architect. Famous paintings include his epic ceiling mural on the Sistine Chapel.
Good day everyone, I am Miramar Katunao and I will be continuing the report for the famous personalities of arts and their artworks. We have Mr. Claude Monet. He was born on November 14 in the year 1840 in Paris, France. He is a known painter and a philosopher. He died on November 5, 1926 in Giverny, France. He is famous for his quote, "The richness I achieve comes from nature, the source of my inspiration." He is known for his famous works such as The Water Lilies, Impression, Sunrise, and the Ruined Cathedral series. Next, we have Frida Kahlo. She was born on July 6 in the year 1907 in Mexico City, Mexico. She is a known painter, and she died on July 13, 1954, in the same city she was born, Mexico City, Mexico. She is known for her quote, "I never paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality." She is known for her famous works, The Two Fridas, Self-Portrait with the Thorn Necklace and Hummingbird, and The Broken Column. Georgia O'Keeffe, born on November 15 in the year 1887 in Wisconsin, USA. She is also a known painter. She died on March 6 in the year 1986 in New Mexico, USA. She is known for her quote, "The days you work are the best days." She is famous for her works such as the Black Iris, Cow's Skull, Red, White, and Blue Radiator. and also the Building Night, New York. Edgar Degas. He was born on July 19 of the year 1834 in Paris, France. He is a known painter and a sculptor. He died in September 27 of the year 1917 in Paris, France. He is known for his quote, "Art is not what you see, but what you make others see." He is famous for his works such as The Absent Drinker, The Dance Class, and The Bellelli Family.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. This is my report on art artisan. My first report is Edvard Munch, born in December 12, 1863 in Albrook, Norway. Profile: painter, died in January 23, 1944 in Oslo, Norway. Quotes: "From my rotting body, flowers will grow and I am in them, that is eternity." Famous works: The Scream, The Day After, The Dance of Life. Munch known created in a quick section his signature paintings: The Scream in 1893, Love and Pain in 1893 to 1894. Ashes is on 1894, Madonna in 1894 to 1895, and in Poverty in 1895. Munch's style is Expressionism, Modern Art, Symbolism, Post-Impressionism. When did Edvard Munch become famous? He became active throughout more than 60 years. From that time, he made a debut in 1880s, right after his death in 1944. Munch was part of the Symbolism movement in the 1890s and a pioneer of Expressionism art from the beginning of the onward. Next artist is Jackson Pollock, born in January 28, 1912 in Wyoming, USA. Profile: painter, died in August 11, 1956 in New York, USA. Quotes: "IT painting has a life of its own. I try to let it come true." Famous work: The Number 5, The Number 11, The Number 31. Jackson Pollock became widely popular after being featured in a 4-page spread on August 8 in 1949 in Life of magazine. Pollock is the greatest living painter in the United States. The Life article changed Pollock's life overnight. Pollock's style is abstract, expressionism, modern art, action painting. Famous work is Blue Pulse. Originally titled Number 11, is one of Pollock's most famous work. It contains footprints and shards of glass throughout the canvas, signifying Pollock's working method. The next artist is Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso was born on October 26, 1881 in Malaga, Spain. Profile: painter, sculptor, Freemason, stage designer, back and act to play right. Died in April 8, 1973 in Magons, France. Quotes: "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once she grows up." Famous work: Ginevra, The Young Ladies of Avignon, The Weaving Woman. Pablo Picasso artworks is Guernica, a world famous masterpiece and one of the most people will look at the know it's Picasso's. The painting is oil canvas and it's made of shades of black, white, and gray. In the meantime, painting symbolism war in it Picasso's case fascism. Picasso's style is Cubism, Analytic, Synthetic Cubism. Next artist is Gustav Klimt, born in July 14, 1862 in Bugartin, Austria. Profile: painter, died on February 6, 1918 in Buena, Austria. Quotes: "Truth is like fire. To tell the truth means to grow in bonds." Famous work: The Kiss Portrait of Adele Bloch Borer, The Virgin. Gustav Klimt used a wide range of paints, color, chalk, and graphite. The rich texture of the frieze also consists of various applicable materials like mirror, gemstones, gold foil, mother of pearl, container rings, and etc. Klimt art style is Art Nouveau, modern art, Renaissance, symbolism. The most famous artwork of Gustav Klimt is Kiss. Started in 1907, Kiss means lovers is undeniable. Klimt most famous work in it's a part of his Golden Fleece, in which he used gold leaf to add luxurious aspect to his works. Next artist is Henry Mori. Henry Mori, born in July 30, 1898 in Castleford, in United States Kingdom. Profile: sculpture. Died in August 31, 1986. Quotes: "One never knows what each day is going to bring. The important is to be open and ready for it." Famous work is reclining figures King and Queen Bird's Basket. This is the famous work of Henry Mori. Henry Mori is one of the most important British artists of the 20th century and arguably the most international celebrated sculptor of the period. He is renowned for his semi-abstract monumental bronzes which can be seen all over the world. Henry's art style is modern art, modernism. Henry Mori famous works. Throughout his career, Mori utilized a wide range of techniques and media, such as line drawing and cross-hatching glossy, chalk and crayon, to bring two-dimensional form to life, recreating impressions of movement and regions of carving human form from a street of a paper.
Good day, I am Jade May C. De La Lamon. Today, I will be discussing about the famous personalities of art and their works of Salvador Dali, Paul Cezanne, and Diego Rivera. Salvador Dali was born on 11th day of May, year 1904 at Figueres, Spain, and died on the same place in the 23rd day of January, year 1989. He is a Spanish surrealist artist renowned for his technical skill and precise draftsman. According to Salvador Dali, intelligence without ambition is a bird without wings. Salvador Dali's famous works are The Persistence of Memory, Swans Reflecting Elephants, and Premonition of Civil War. The Persistence of Memory is a 1931 painting of Salvador Dali and one of the most recognizable works of surrealism. It is first shown at Julien Lefebvre Gallery in 1932, and since 1934, the painting has been in the collection of the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Swans Reflecting Elephants is a 1937 painting of Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali. This painting is from his paranoiac clinical period that contains double images. Premonition of Civil War, or Soft Construction with Boiled Beans, is a 1936 painting of Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali. He created this piece to represent the horrors of Spanish Civil War.
Go.
Paul Cézanne was born on 8th day of December, year 1839, at Aix-en, France, and died on the same place on the 22nd day of October, year 1906. He is a painter, and he quote, "We live in a rainbow of chaos." Paul Cézanne's famous works are The Batters, the Card Player series, and Curtain Jug and Football.
Right.
The Batters is a 1898 to 1905 painting of a French artist, Paul Cézanne, that first exhibited in 1906. The painting, which exhibited in Philadelphia Museum Art, is the largest of a series of his batter paintings. The other paintings are in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, National Gallery, London, the Barnes Foundation, Pennsylvania, and the Art Institute of Chicago. The Card Player series is a 1890 to 1895 art series painting of French post-impressionist artist Paul Cézanne, painted during his final period in 1890s, and there are 5 paintings in series. The versions vary in size, numbers of players, and the setting in which the game takes place. One version of the painting was sold in the year 2011 to the royal family of Qatar. The other final 3 works were similar in composition and number of players of 2, causing them to sometimes be grouped together as one version. The largest version is the most complex, with 5 figures on a canvas. It features 3 card players at the forefront, seated in a semicircle at the table, with 2 spectators behind. Then, a more convinced version of his painting with 4 figures, long thought to be the second version of the Card Player series, in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Curtain, Jug, and Football is a 1893 to 1894 created painting by French artist Paul Cézanne. It is a formal, still life composition that displays his exploration of form, balance, and symmetry in objects. This painting was sold at Sotheby's auction for $60.5 million, making the most expensive still life painting ever sold at an auction on May 10, 1999. Diego Rivera, born on 8th day of December, year 1886 at Guanajuato, Mexico, and died on 24th day of November, year 1957 at Mexico City, Mexico. He is a mural painter in public buildings, and he quote, "I've never believed in God, but I believe in Picasso." Diego Rivera's famous works are The Man at the Crossroad and The History of Mexico. Man at the Crossroad is a 1933 fresco by Diego Rivera in the New York City's Rockefeller Center. It was originally slated to be installed in the lobby of 30 Rockefeller Plaza, the main building of the center. His painting showed the aspects of contemporary social and scientific nature. The History of Mexico is a 1929 to 1935 mural in the stairwell of National Palace in Mexico City by Diego Rivera. The History of Mexico City painting was painted in a governmental building as it depicts the Mexico's history from ancient times to present, with particular emphasis on the struggles of the common Mexican people fighting.
Good day everyone, I am Sanray Danalon, BSCE 2B. Today, I will be the reporter to discuss about the medium and techniques, visual arts, and curation under the topic of arts and artisans. Medium and techniques. Mediums is the mode of expression in which the concept, idea, or message is conveyed. These are the materials which are used by an artist to interpret his feelings or thoughts. Technique is the manner in which artist controls his medium to achieve the desired effect. It has something to do with the way he manipulates his mediums to express his idea. It refers to the materials which the artist uses to objectify their feelings or thought. That means the artist used the medium to transform the ideas into an artwork. Examples are paintings. In painting, artists should use pigment. In sculpture, it uses stone or wood and metal or other materials. In architecture, they use various building materials like hollow blocks. In music, it uses sound. In literature, it uses words. In dance, it uses body movements. Those are movements that the artist uses. According to medium, are classified into: first is visual arts, those whose medium can be seen and occupy space. So, all what we see is considered as occupying space. For example, painting. It can be visual arts because it can enjoy by looking at piece of artworks and seeing our own eyes. Two categories of visual arts. First is two-dimensional arts such as painting, drawing, printmaking, and photography. Second is three-dimensional art such as sculpture, architecture, and landscaping. Second is auditory or time arts. This medium can be heard and expressed in time. These are music and literature. Third and last one is combined arts. This medium can be both seen and heard and which exist in both space and time. These are dance, drama, opera, and movies. Along with music, they are also as performing arts. Artist technique. Artist technique, it is something that artist's knowledge of his medium and his skill in making to achieve what he wants to eat make up what is called technique. It means artist technique referring about the skills itself to create artworks. Examples is color mixing. If we combine color red and blue, it can be violet. Blue and yellow can be green. Those are the basic technique in mixing colors. So, primary colors, if we mix them, what is the color that is being produced? Of course, it is secondary color. Other than that, there are lots of techniques that an artist need to know in order to improve their skills. Also, techniques varies from one artist to another. Maybe we can say that artists are the same techniques, but definitely in other way, there are individual artists has its own style and techniques. Besides techniques, it requires creativity. Next in line is visual arts. Visual arts, it is something that's the light in our eyes. Classification of visual arts. First is painting. It is an image created using pigments on a surface such as paper or canvas. The pigment may be in a wet form such as paint, or a dry form such as pastels. Proceed to elements of painting are color and tone, non-traditional elements, and rhythm. Examples of paintings: first is the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, one of the world's most recognizable paintings. Next example is Mahmoud Farsian and Vineyard in Spring. Next classification is drawing. It is the art of technique of producing images on a surface, usually paper by means of marks, usually ink, graphite, chalk, charcoal, or even crayons. A drawing is at the heart or soul of an artist's way to express themselves. Kinds of drawing. First is life drawing. Life drawing, also known as figure drawing, that portrays all the expression. Second is emotional drawing. It emphasizes on exploring and expressing different emotion, feelings, mood, time, and etc. These are generally depicted in the form of personality. Third is sketching. It's a kind of drawing that put forward in instant thought of an artist. Last is analytic drawing. Analytic drawing, it is something that creates clear understanding and presentation of observation, maybe in an artist, are called analytic drawing. Next classification is carving. It is one of the oldest types of art, is considered as carving. Carving is an art form common to all cultures from the Stone Age. Kinds of carving are bone carving, tree carving, stone carving, ice carving, ivory carving, fruit carving, vegetable carving, and wood carving. Examples of carving are the carved statue of Guanyin, Liao Dynasty, Northern China, a beautiful example of medieval. Next is the head of St. Anne Limewood, Hermitage, St. Petersburg, c. 1500 by Tillman Schnelder. Another example, St. Wolfgang, altarpiece 1471 to 1481, carved in Lindenwood by Michael Pacher, a masterpiece of Christian art in the late Gothic style. Last example is Mount Rushmore and La Pieta. Next classification is sculpture. It is an artistic form which hard and plastic materials are worked into three-dimensional art objects. Kinds of sculpture. First is molded. Artist uses for molded sculpture include clay, wax, paper mache, and plaster. Second is cast. It involves modeling the sculpture, then making a mold and casting it in a metal or medium. Third is carved, using tools to shape something from a material by scraping away portions of that material. Fourth is assembled, pull bits and pieces from just about anywhere into textures forms that please the artist. Proceed to the examples of sculptures are colorblind, color pencil sculpture by Molly Gambardelia. Second is sphere or sculpture. Third, the Dying Hall, it the Capitoline Golan Roman marble, copy of Hellenistic work of the late 3rd century BCE, Capitoline Museums, Rome. Next classification is mixed media arts. It is an artwork in which more than one medium material has been employed. It refers to a visual art from that combines a variety of media in a single artwork. Types of mixed media arts. First is collage. This is an art form which involves combining different materials like ribbons, newspaper, clippings, photography, etc. Second is assemblage. This is a third-dimensional variant of the collage with elements jutting in or out of a defined substrate or an entirely 3D arrangement of objects and sculptures. Third is found objects. It is an art. These are objects that are found and used by artists and incorporated into artworks because of their perceived artistic value. Last type is altered books. This is a specific form where the artist will reuse a book by modifying, altering it physically for use in the work. Proceed to the example of mixed media arts. First is Still Life with Cher Canning, and last, Angels of Anarchy. Next classification is fine arts. It is a visual arts considered to have been created primarily for aesthetic and intellectual purposes and judged for its beauty and meaningfulness, specifically painting, sculpture, drawing, watercolors, graphics, and architecture. Examples of fine arts are Apelles painting by William van Eyck, The Great Tower of Babel by Peter Bruegel the Elder, and the Paris Street. Rainy Day by Gustave Caillebotte. Another classification is mosaic. It is an art, picture, or design made out of any materials assembled together. Mosaic are used as decoration. Examples of mosaic are Stag Hunt mosaic from the House of the Abduction of Helen at Pella, Ancient Macedonia, late 4th century BC. Roman mosaic of Ulysses from Carthage, 2nd century, Adnau in the Bard Museum, Tunisia. Next classification is tapestry. It is a form of textile art traditionally woven by hand on a loom. Examples of tapestry are the Hand of Unicorn. The unicorn found circa in the year 1495 to 1505, the Cloisters Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City. Anonymous Forest seen with Capalus and Procris, Collection King Baudouin Foundation. Another classification is photography. It is the process of making pictures by means of the action of light. Last classification would be videography. Refers to the process of capturing moving image in electronic media and event streaming media. Types of videography are the following. First is animated explainer. This kind of videography includes animations explaining a specific subject. Next is advertising. A kind of videography are mainly seen at tags where companies advertise their products creatively to lure potential clients. Next is drone. With the increase of the popularity of drones, many of the best teams of video production in Brisbane are now making use of drones to get a bird's eye view and to land the location smoothly without using heavy equipment. Corporate. Styles of corporate videos may rely on each company. Next is documentary. This is a type of video where a subject is documented and is typically good for research or studies. Next is event. One of the famous type of videos and are taken during special events such as party, a wedding reception, a birthday party, and others. Next in line with the topic is curation. In curation, there is people called as art curator, means is in charge of managing collections of works of art for a museum, foundation, or an art gallery. The responsibilities of curation or as an curator, it is an art curator's main duties consist of acquiring, collecting, and cataloging works of art, as well as ensuring their overall care. He or she is also involved in research as he or she writes articles, may prepare and give lectures. Equally, an art curator organizes displays and exhibitions, This involves installing the artworks and objects, negotiating the loans of items from other institutions, writing the documents such as labels, interpretative materials, as well as information panels. So this is the end of my report. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.